educational purposes only, not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent sicknesses, illnesses, or disease, or mental health issues. If you're making any lifestyle changes to your health and wellness routine, please consult with your medical doctor first. Once again, this broadcast on this morning is for educational purposes only, not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent sicknesses, illness, or disease, or mental health issues. If you're making any lifestyle changes to your health and wellness routine for yourself or your family, please consult with your medical doctor first. And today I'm going to be sharing with you all a research paper that I've written entitled Plant-Based Diet Can Help Prevent Obesity in Middle-Aged Adults. Plant-based diet can help prevent obesity in middle-aged adults. And this is part one. So I'm going to go on and start off reading the abstract. And I'm going to say some give some references in my reading, and I will spell the names for those that watch my live and take notes so that you can do your own research. And I will also give the references after the broadcast is over. Let me know where you're watching from. Give me a thumbs up, a heart. Let me know what city, town, state you're tuning in from. And I say welcome and good morning, good morning. I'm going to read the abstract first. Let's be mindful that older Americans have such concerns for income, housing, and health. Yet there are very few who have a interest in their diet when it comes to their weight, and when they hear those words from their doctor that they are overweight or obese. We're in the 21st century, and more middle-aged Americans are trying a new trend of plant-based diet and taking a back seat on eating meat, or maybe removing as much as meat from their diet as possible. Within the United States alone, there are about 3.2%, which is about 0.5% of older Americans that are plant-based diet eaters. Stark, STARK, 2015. It's safe to say that eating a plant-based diet lowers the risk of disease and at the same time helps fight obesity. Obesity affects middle-aged adults that are anywhere between the ages of 45 to 65 years old. One of the concerns is obesity and in the eating habits of older Americans and how they may benefit from a plant-based diet to improve their health. The purpose of this study was to assess whether the plant-based diet can help prevent obesity in middle-aged adults. Now I'm going to read the introduction. Obesity, having extra weight on your body. Doctors determine this by measuring your body mass index, which if you're 30, you're considered overweight. Anything over 30, you're considered obese or morbidly obese. And I'm going to spell the in-text citation. I said reference earlier, but actually it's an in-text citation. Blackburn, 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 Jacobs, June 2014. Obesity can bring more harm, can cause more harm to your health than good over time, and it may lead to certain diseases. Obese in women and men varies between 32% to 25%. Malcolm, April the 12th, 2015. There's a low life expectancy rate when you are overweight, according to FLEGAL, Flegel, FLEGAL, Carl, CARROLL, Fryer, FRYAR, 2005, 2014, 2016. And anytime you hear me say dates or a month or spell a person's name or mention a person's name, I'm giving you the in-text citation that was embedded into my research paper. There's other methods which can help with weight management, HU, 2008. But there's still a need for more information and research needed before theories are proven to work. Outside that, the most common preventions are diet and physical activity, according to the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention. What is plant-based? You are not a vegan, but eat vegetables, fruit, nuts, and whole grains. And sometimes people do consume meat while on a plant-based diet. I'm going to spell the in-text citation for you. EKKEKAKIS. That's EKKEKAKIS. Lind, LIND, and Vazou, VAZOU, 2010. The purpose of this research is to assess the benefits of a plant-based diet prevention of obesity in middle-aged adults. And now I'm going to move on to the methods. But before I go on to the methods, once again, this broadcast is for educational purposes only, not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent sicknesses, illness, or disease, or mental health issues. If you're making any lifestyle changes to your health and wellness routine for yourself or your family, please consult with your medical doctor first. And this is part 1 to plant-based diet can help prevent obesity in middle-aged adults. And this is, I'm reading from the research paper that I've done. And you may be saying, okay, why did you write this research paper? Well, it was a part of my class. I do have a master's degree in complementary alternative medicine. So in one of my classes, I had to write a research paper pertaining to middle-aged adults. It was, well, technically, we had to pick which option we were going to use. So I picked a plant-based diet dealing with middle-aged adults. So now this is the methods, and I'm going to end with the methods because we're going to come back with part 2 and give you the results, the recommendations, discussion, and conclusion. So research methods were done by using the following web and search engines as follow, but not limited to others. ACHS, which stands for American College of Healthcare and Sciences, search publications, PubMed, Mindscape, and PubMed and Mindscape. There are those two sites you can go on and find tons and tons and tons and tons of peer-reviewed papers on medicine, herbs, supplements, dietary supplements. Doctors use PubMed and Mindscape. Psychiatrists go on there and use PubMed and Mindscape to read peer-reviewed papers. There are a lot of publications on there. There are a lot of different research papers on there, published journals on Mindscape and PubMed. Anything that you want to learn about medical-wise, and if you want to see if somebody written a paper about, I recommend PubMed and Mindscape. Additional research methods was by searching through pamphlets, textbooks, blogs, published journals, peer-reviewed articles. Keyword searches that was used was plant-based diet, middle-aged adults, and plant-based diets, older Americans, and obesity, vegan diet. The search web engine that I used to assess these search results was Google and Yahoo, which had some reliable information. Remember, everything that you when you're doing a lot of research, and some of y'all may have been to college where you had to do a lot of research papers, and you may have taken a certain class. I took this class in my psychology class. I can't remember what class it was, but in one of the classes, I learned that when you do a lot of search on Google, Yahoo, Bing, or whatever search engine you use it to look up certain things, you got to understand that a lot of stuff on the internet, some stuff is reliable information, but a lot of other stuff is not reliable information. How come it's not unreliable? Because the date can be outdated research, outdated publications, outdated pamphlets, outdated articles, outdated published journals, outdated peer-reviewed articles. And when I mean outdated, that means that publication could have been written in 1925, and they just now put it up on the computer. You can find a research paper that may have been written in 50, and that's out of date. You could be looking up something pertaining to what the doctor told you that you may have. And I'm not saying that you have it, but the doctor said it, but I believe God for healing anyhow. And you can go and find a research paper, a peer-reviewed article, or something on PubMed and Mindscape,